This is the new track that I'm working on at the moment. I'm pretty much going to call it Bululba Pools. As that's the music, that's the place that the music's going to be appearing in within the game. This piece went through a couple of different kind of demo. Well, it had one main kind of demo kind of section that I thought seemed to work. I don't think I even actually opened that today. I think I just went straight into this idea, but I remembered the particular sound that I was using at the time with the keyboard. And so I laid down a couple of things, and this is what I've tracked today. This is not done to a click track either. So every piece that I've done is performed to a metronome. So I can actually set that up here. I can change the amount of beats that are coming in. So I can record in the count of, like say 2 bars, and then I can also adjust the tempo, obviously, as well. I haven't actually set a tempo for this one yet, but that's one thing I'm starting today. So I'm just going to play you what I've got down so far. This is the main kind of track. It's very quiet at the moment, so I'm just going to bring it up. There's no effects on this. This is just the actual keyboard itself, the sound. There's no panning or anything going on. Just going to bring that back down. So that's kind of the main bed that I'm going to lay down first for this song. I'm going to lay down that track and play it, and I'm going to do it to a metronome. There was another piece that I recorded as well, which went with that. Which is pretty cool, but I've decided to kind of keep that out and go with more of the following, which is kind of like an extra little nice little melody that plays in the background there. That's actually using the sound I've got on right now. Big lead 575, which is quite similar to Shroud 566, but just a bit more twinkly, but very kind of muted in their tones. Very kind of the high frequencies have really kind of almost been like almost taken out. It's a very kind of almost muffled kind of sound, but it just works for this particular environment. I think what I'll probably do is, for this particular video, I'm going to start recording the track, and I'm going to see some of me performing with the keyboard in a minute, but I won't show you the entire track being laid down or completed, because that will take a little while, but you'll see the beginnings of that. And then what I'll do at the end of the video is actually show you the pretty much the finished mix within the game, showing you a couple of the scenes of the Bululba Pools with this music. So you'll get another little snippet there of music and gameplay as well. Okay, here we go. pretty good for the first 2 bars, to be honest. But I'm gonna play it again. I'll test something quickly. Cool. I'm going to play that bit again. Just a bit softer. Again. One more time. That was a good one. It's a bit more energy in that one. And these are more kind of like fill-ins that wouldn't play maybe straight away and sung, but kind of things that would fill out the little spaces in between. Because I do also have the other pieces as well to think about. It sounds quite nice. There's a bit of like even if it's right in the background. As well as that, I also recorded this one. This is the last little track I recorded earlier today before I went to the gym. Wish I forgot to label, which is quite easy to get to because I've used this particular sound already. I think it's even used in Signal Tower. This is the sound that reminds me a lot of Broken Sword. And it's not something I thought, yeah, I want to use the sound that was in Broken Sword. It was just a sound that I thought, this is going to sound really nice in a mix. This really kind of speaks of Neyyah. In those kind of, through the kind of big soft pads and the bigger sounds or the fuller sounds that are going on in the background. These where the melodies can come in without sounding too harsh. I wasn't even going to use any piano kind of sounds, but I ended up doing that. And again, just that's basically with just the keyboard itself. So I will be showing you a couple of the keyboard pieces as well in this video. And I'll be showing you how they kind of work to create the sounds for the game. So yeah, we've got those pieces and then we put them together to kind of create this sound. Again, nothing is performed to a click track. There's a lot of outlaw timeless going on here. It's mainly just me laying down ideas. so peaceful. Even as in its current sort of demo state, it's really working for the scene, because I played it as well. Just, it's great. Once I've got, you know, I can quickly, once I'm tracking something, I've got an idea down, I can quickly, the keyboard is always out at the moment, just always plugged in. I also use a Roland Rubik's 22 or USB audio interface as well, so I can pretty much just plug everything into that and it's all good to go. Everything's pretty much set up all the time now, and I can basically just lay down an idea on the spot, which is really good. Just open Cakewalk up, get a new file going. Lay down an idea. And usually it's in the form of kind of like a melody. Sometimes it's just, you know, something, I'll feel the image, or I'll feel what's going on within the game, and I'll just lay it down. And it happens fairly quickly. And so, yeah, that's the signal tower there. But then you've got Bululba Pools. And I'll quickly show you one of the little images from that. I'll look at a scene from within the game and I'll think to myself, okay, so what does this scene need? What kind of melody, what kind of pacing, and what kind of textures, what kind of sounds. And I think, particularly for this spot within the game, it was kind of automatic how I knew what kind of approach I was going to have. And the piece that you're hearing there, that little demo, this works so nicely with a serene environment. Which just has a bit more definition to the actual song itself, or the actual melodies. If I wanted to use it, then I've got synth piano, and then I've got the tenor. Again, a lot of that sound there is just from the keyboard. Again, messing with the attack, release, cutoff, resonance. I'll be showing you some of that in a minute. But first, I just want to quickly lay down that click track. Again, with Shroud, if you play it too sharp, not that sharp, you can actually hear a lot of those notes coming out. But the way it's played for this particular song, perfect softness. And even better than the big leads that I was using before when I was just messing around with the actual picture from the game. If I hold down the note, it's going to sustain as well, so I can take it off and it will fade out. There's a certain way, you know, it's touch sensitive as well, so I can actually have certain emphasis on certain notes, and that's when it comes down to really kind of laying down the track and how it should be played. It's not like I spend hours and hours just practicing a piece and then laying it down and memorizing everything either. Especially with the amount of work still left to do for the game, it's very important that I also keep in mind I still need to model these environments. I still need to create those sounds. I still need to create other pieces of music. And so me creating these pieces, you know, in the kind of shortest period of time that I can, whilst putting pretty much like most of the hours of my day and night into them, it's going to breathe a lot more life into the game, and it's going to be amazing. Now I've got this in my song. Well, the track so far is consisting of 4 pieces. One of them being something that's probably going to happen a bit later on in the track. 3 of them are kind of like core elements that are going to go throughout. I do want to listen back to the other sounds that I've got in the demo. And one of the pieces I really want to start looking at is this. So I'm gonna find that sweet tenor sound. I believe, actually, I don't think it's that at all. I think it's a different kind of sound. I wish I'd made a note of this one. I'm gonna end up finding a sound and be like, oh, I need to track that, and get completely distracted, which happens to me a lot. I think that's the one. I think I found it. That was pretty lucky. Oh yeah. Lovely. Alright, cool. I'm just gonna get that track going. Make a note of this sound. I know it's in bank 8. Voice suite. Yes. So I've actually got a document that has all these sounds written down as well. So even if I don't write down the memory, I can pretty much just refer to that document if I've written down the sound, the actual name of the sound, the number. Okay. So I need to look at what's actually going on in this melody because I need to recap on it. Yeah. Very simple. Okay, so we just need to basically bring that in to our track, and I'm going to see how it works first of all, just listening to it. Bit messy at the moment. I need to find out. Ah, there you go. It's because these other tracks are playing. Try that again. See, now we've got gaps happening between the two sections that would have been closer together too. So I need to go back to the original. Which is, this is the first note. So that lands on that bit there. The second part would land on that bit. So I'm just going to see how that sounds. Maybe just focusing on these two tracks first. longer gap now. There it is. Okay, so now I need to click track it. Nice. Mix. Oh. See, I'm just wondering about the placement of these notes. It's not bad. I mean, definitely needs that reverb added to this track, but it does sound quite nice without it too. I think it's just going to add something. Even if the time is quite short, spread's quite big. Fantastic. Quite central on the pan as well. Works out quite nicely, I'd say. I'm gonna unmute this one. Let's see if it jams well. Okay. The great thing about the pipes is that it flows really nicely. So these kind of sparser notes coming out on the big lead won't sound too, even if I bring them up in the mix. Even if I copied that, if I cut this bit here and then bring this across, this is a bit of an experiment. There you go. Those notes there stand out. I'm probably going to put that in a different track too, a different effect to it. can get back to this big lead and add different notes to this track throughout. This is laying down the first little sections mainly. And then from there, I want to look at the... where is it? I believe it's one of these tracks. This one. Oh yeah, so it was this one. So, oh, this one, which is big lead apparently. Oh yeah. I need to record that, whatever that sound is, and put it in this track. Okay. Back to big lead. That sounds pretty nice too. I think that's the synth piano. The shroud. That's too thick. I'm getting a bit carried away here. This is a pad sound. To be honest, could work quite nicely later on in the track, but I just want to... What have I got here on these notes? So I'm just going to experiment with those notes. So that's all we have, basically. I might go higher on the octave as well with this particular sound. I'm not going to go for big lead right now because I feel like I've overused it. I kind of want to experiment a bit more. So I'm going to go back. And I'm going to make sure that I've got the other ones unchecked. Apart from... No, it's everything. It's everything cool. I'm actually gonna Just gonna turn it up a bit more. I think the synth pad will work for it too, because you just need those subtle elements. They don't need to be too loud. And I think they might work for this particular piece. So as you can see, I'm just laying down a very small section of this song, but getting the sounds in, getting obviously the tempos laid down, and then being able to just like kind of copy what I've got there and just kind of almost loop it, but adding the different bits. There's also going to be another bit that I need to do where the sounds are going to kind of like, there's going to be a slight change in the actual the notes that are played as well, and then it's going to go back to this piece but with the extra bits involved as well. So it's kind of just like layers kind of building up slightly as they go along. So for this section here, I've actually taken a sound called voice lead, and I've used the keyboard, the live control effects, which involve various different modulations to the sound, and also being able to cut off frequencies or the actual sound itself, fading it in, and so forth. And for this particular sound that I'm going to be using in this recording, I thought, well, it sounds lovely, it sounds really nice and paddy and strings like and very bright, but I really want to kind of cut off that some of that sort of brightness, and I want to mute it down. So I've decided to go into the actual number 1 here on the cutoff, and just experimenting with this A knob on the keyboard and being able to control the amount of cutoff, or how little cutoff and how much that I can take down. So just taking it down just a tad. That's why I experiment with that cutoff on some soft notes for this piece. Okay. Bit more cutoff. Start that again from the beginning. I'm kind of just experimenting really with the certain sounds that could come on later, certain parts that would kind of show up. Okay. nice. See how that sits. Nice. That was a bit of an experimental note on that piece there. That bit meshed quite well. Cool. So yeah guys, that's an example of how I'm laying down the tracks for all of Neyyah's music. What I'm using, an example of my process. It's a bit different, kind of talking about it as I'm recording. So what I'm going to do now is get back into the recording, lay down these tracks, and make a piece of music that's going to really make the Bululba Pools magical, even more magical than they already are when you're exploring through the environment, and something that really reflects that magic and that wonder and that serene feel of everything. So I'm really looking forward to seeing where this track goes. I am going to add like a video of some gameplay, a small amount of gameplay anyway, just showing the environment with the music as well after it's finished. And yeah, thank you for coming along and watching this. It's been awesome. Again, the influences range from Vangelis, Blade Runner, even with some Tangerine Dream. I've been inspired by their music as well, but it's definitely leaning towards kind of more of the Blade Runner kind of feel. But then there's, like I said, other games like Broken Sword that are sort of coming in as well as an influence. So yeah, really excited to see where this track goes. And again, thank you for watching. I'm hoping to, well, I definitely will be uploading another devlog at some point, which will be going into the music lover option within the game. And I'll be showing you how that works within the engine, the kind of process I'm going through with actually getting that music together. And I think it'll be a really cool asset to the game, just to add to that experience if you wanted a bit more music within the actual gameplay. So I'm really looking forward to showcasing a bit of that and talking a bit more about it in the next devlog. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely wishlist Neyyah on Steam, and subscribe, like, comment on this channel. Stay tuned for more devlogs along the way. Thanks guys. Bye.